welcome to a very, very crazy, crazy edition of the G Show podcast. I am G1, and this is the R and J Show. Now, what this show is basically is, it's me and my brother. I'm R, he's J. That's my legitimate brother. We're here right now, and we're just going to talk shit, okay? We're going to talk shit. Mainly, we're going to talk about Dragon Ball episode 131. 131. Which was like the finale of everything that Dragon Ball Super has done thus far. We're also going to get my brother Jay's opinion on Pacific Rim Uprising, because he wasn't able to make the podcast on the Godzilla Block Party. But let's just get into this. Yo, Jay, what's up, brother?
What's going on?
All right. We've done this before, but we've never actually gotten them on. I think the very first couple Godzilla Block Parties, you've been on a couple of those. Yep. And after that, were you ever on the Gaming with the G Show?
Gaming with the G Show? No, I wish.
No, I don't think you were, right? Because you're a dumbass. Anyway, that's my brother. I could say that to him. But you'll hear us. We'll go back and forth. But this is going to be short, quick, not that long of a podcast. We're just going to have a good time here real quick. So, Jay.
Sir.
What did you think? Because we saw it together opening night. What did you think of Pacific Rim Uprising?
It's a good movie. For the movie it is. I went in, I'm not gonna, I went into this movie knowing that it, different director, so it's not, it's gonna be a different movie. It's not gonna be the same thing. So I didn't put it with hopes of it being a Pacific Rim 1, which I loved. I went in just as it's gonna be giant robots fighting kaijus, giant monsters, and you know what? They did what they needed to do. I didn't need so much. Backstory's good, but the little bit I got, I'm really there to see giant robots fucking up giant kaiju, and that's what I went to see. The movie was good for that. But if we're trying to base it towards Pacific Rim 1, which, to me, I feel like it kind of dumbed down a little bit what Pacific Rim 1 was. Pacific Rim 1 was just, everything was like fucking high definition, the way I put it. It's more like in your face, like this was it right here. It was good. This movie kind of just dulled it down a little and made it for what it is, giant robots fighting giant kaijus, which that movie was great. I enjoyed the shit out of the movie. I'm not even going to knock it. It was a good movie for what it needed to be. And, they tied it into part 1. I liked the way it transcended in, because I went into this movie like, how the heck are you going to make this happen? Like, I just don't see, how did the kaijus come back? Why is there another Gypsy Danger, which actually wasn't even Gypsy Danger, but... why was this happening? What's going on? And, it was good. What I watched, I enjoyed that movie. I went in with questions, and my questions were answered. So I'm happy with the movie. I got nothing bad to say about that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I've spoken my piece on the Godzilla Block Party. I feel the same way. There were things that just didn't add up for me. I mean, I liked the movie overall. It was decent. So I'm okay with it. But for me personally, it's not one of those things I'm going to rush out and buy on Blu-ray once it comes out. Unless I get paid and I don't have a lot of bills to pay, then I'm like, yeah, I got a little extra money. I'm going to go pick this up and watch it again. So yeah, that's that. But let's get into it, John. Me and you, we've been watching Dragon Ball Super since the jump, right? Because, Dragon Ball has been a part of the life now for what?
Yeah, let's not just say Super, man. We've been watching Dragon Ball before it was a Z.
But you might have. I haven't. But I started with Z. You were watching Dragon Ball. You're more up to par than I am in regards to Dragon Ball. But I think we're both, we can both safely say that for us, it didn't start until Dragon Ball Z. All the stuff, what made us love it. For instance, Dragon Ball Z, we got Vegeta. That's my favorite character in the whole Dragon Ball verse. So... we did all that. We did GT, but here we are, Dragon Ball Super, and episode 131 dropped last night. It was the finale of the what was it? The Battle Royal of the Universe?
Tournament of Power.
Tournament of Power, right? Exactly. And it was the finale, dude. Now, a couple of episodes ago, we had this conversation over text messages. What the hell are they doing? They're going back. Why? It's a constant buildup of energy and power. Like, why are we doing the same old? What was going through your mind back then? Were you worried about where we were going to, what we were going to get last night when we saw those episodes like a couple of weeks ago with, the constant power-ups. I'm better than you. No, now Jiren is one up in Goku. Now Goku's one up in Jiren, and so on and so forth. The back and forth swing of things, the pendulum. Were you worried?
I was, honestly. I didn't like that back and forthness. Like you said, we went over this through messages. We talked about this. It's like, you know what, man? Like, this dude hit his limit. You said it was his limit. Then all of a sudden, this man is breaking his limit. And then this man is going to break that limit. And then we're going to break... So why are we even naming it a limit anymore? It's not a limit if he's breaking it every other episode. So, it was kind of getting a little crazy. And I'm like, you know what? Like, what are you really doing with this now? Like, now it's just a little too much. But for what we got in the end, the last 2 episodes, not even just last night's episodes, these last 2 episodes... where they were both full power, the last episode, 130, both full power, they went at it, and that was a great episode, and then the way it just, boom, oh my god, you know what, I didn't think the Ultra Instinct would catch him that fast, and now he's drained to nothing. Honestly, man, I just like the way they ended it. They did it right. You know what? That limit stuff, it was just getting a little too played out. Like, I've seen it so many times, man. I've been watching it since Z. Yeah. And I'm going to surpass you again, and I'm going to surpass... we've been seeing that, so we know that. Another thing that kind of bothered me was this whole Ultra Instinct Goku. All right, you get the first glimpse of it the first time he fought Jiren. I'll accept that because it was a glimpse. He was just, kind of touching that potential. But then he did it again, and I'm like... why are you using this again against a low class fighter? Not saying that it was just a quick, that's a nobody, but the way Jiren's power was, I don't even think Jiren would have gone a quarter of his power to end that fight. And Goku had to go Ultra Instinct.
You're talking about the female Broly.
Female Broly fight, yes.
Right. The Khalifa and, the other girl.
I call him Cauliflower.
Cauliflower. Yeah, that's what it goes. What it was. Yeah. I totally agree with you. I was upset with that when that happened back then. It really wasn't necessary. I was bugging when Goku first went Ultra Instinct against Jiren, and it feels like 30 episodes ago, which is crazy.
Could have been.
Right? And it was like, well, okay, he tapped in. But it was what it did was it planted the seed. It planted the seed that Goku can surpass his limits of Super Saiyan God Blue.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. I was okay with that. But like you said, and again, we had this conversation over text, that episode, 3, 4 episodes ago, the constant, okay, I'm stronger. Nope, now I'm stronger. Nope, now I'm stronger. Nope, now... It's classic Dragon Ball Z, and I use Dragon Ball Z because, again, I didn't finish watching all of Dragon Ball. But it was classic Dragon Ball Z this is what people got turned off by. This is why, look, we're fans, we're in this, and I'm totally invested in the story. But I have friends that don't like Dragon Ball, regardless of it, whether it be Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, or Super. GT doesn't count, apparently. But the fact is they weren't appreciative because it's it's a constant one-upmanship. This guy's always going to get better than this guy, and then he's going to come back and get better. And that's what we get the whole episode, is an episode of screaming and nothing else.
Well, I give a little bit more credit in Super in the fact that at least we didn't have full episodes of screaming. Like in Z, there were times where Goku was powering up to become a Super Saiyan for about an episode and a half, if I'm not mistaken, while everyone else was just holding Frieza off. And it's he's still just standing there screaming. All right, come on, let it go already, Right. So I'll give Super the credit on that. I don't have a whole episode of it, but I do agree, and you lose a lot of fans with that. It's you just drawing it out too long, and it's all right, now I'm losing my investment into this. I lost all that interest. Right. Because, I wanted to see it, but you just kind of, it's taking too long now.
Gotcha. But you know what? All that aside, I think these last 2 episodes delivered in an incredible way. 130 was phenomenal.
Yes.
I absolutely loved 130. Even 129 was all right. 130, though, was, phenomenal because I'll tell you, man, you know this, even though this is episode 1 of the R&J show, me and him had conversations beforehand where I was like, Android 17. That's my dude. That's my dude. And this was way before anything was popping off in the tournament. I mean, the tournament had started, but I was like, Android 17, that's my dude. And then that whole Android 17 sacrificing himself.
Yep.
Like, that was such a great episode. I don't know what number that was, but that was such a great episode. And then we come to find out, no, he did not die. He actually fucking tricked everybody, and him and Frieza was working together, and Frieza was always the wild card too, because we had that conversation. Well, if Goku can't beat Jiren, then what's going to happen is they're going to play the numbers game, where it's going to be Frieza and Goku, and it's going to be 2 against 1, and time is going to run out. That's what I thought they were going to do. But
another thing we thought about was getting Vegito
mm-hmm.
and having them fighting Jiren, time running out, and technically it's still 2-1. The numbers game, you win that way.
Which makes sense because we already saw the female Brawly, and then the cauliflower, like you put it, you know, the Super Saiyan merge there with Universe 6. So I was like, all right, if they're doing fusion, we can do fusion and we can get Gogeta, and that would work. And they didn't go that route, which surprised the shit out of me because I really thought that's where they were going to go.
Yeah.
Which is what makes Dragon Ball Super right now really fucking good. Because it's like, well, you think we're going to go there, but we're not going to go there. Because when we watch Dragon Ball Z, you don't even think about a Gogeta or nothing, or a Vegito. You don't think about none of that. It naturally progresses. It's organic and it feels right, you know? And then, like, so we eat that up. Like, oh, shit, because who's going to stop this Boo? Boo's going through all these different transformations in Z. And then, bam, here we go. And it worked. Even though at the end, of course, Goku winds up winning. Which is what I loved about episode 131 of Dragon Ball Super.
You show that Goku is the strongest, but you know what? Technically, he's always... And you gotta give credit, Goku is always the one that's gonna be the strongest and always finishing a fight. He should always be the last one standing, or that's the way you see it. And he goes out. He takes himself out with Frieza and teamed up, which is also crazy to think about. Teamed up with Frieza, but he takes himself out and puts himself as a sacrifice just so that his universe could win. So in the end, he's still standing in the end for his universe as the winner, but technically took himself out to be the winner. It's crazy to think about, and that's one thing that I loved about it. Like, you know what? We'll always see Goku winning. Like, you know, you always see him winning, and to see him technically lose, but win, it's satisfying.
Which is exactly what he did in Cell games.
Oh, yeah.
He sacrificed himself for the win, yet Cell was so strong, he resurrected. And it was like, oh, shit. But, you know, then Gohan comes in and does his thing. I love that Goku puts his trust in others. And that was a big thing in those last 2 episodes. Trust.
Yeah.
Having faith in others, in the belief in his peers. And think
That's
about
exactly what Jiren says, though.
Exactly.
Right as he's about to lose. He says it. The strongest power is their faith in each other.
Exactly.
You know, and the trust.
Which is crazy because think about what Goku trusted. Frieza. And let's be for real here. Frieza's got to be Goku's #1 nemesis. He's the one that turned him Super Saiyan. He's the one that gave us this brand new breed of Saiyans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Frieza. And then the fact that Frieza in that second movie went Golden Frieza, and then we get that in the series and shit. But seeing all, like, that's a culmination of such bitter hatred between the two. And I don't think Goku actually hates Frieza. Frieza absolutely hates Goku.
Well, I mean, Frieza came back and just nothing but trained only for Goku. He wanted Goku dead.
Right.
So it was, you know, he has that hate in his blood. And to see them trust each other in the end, like, I mean, even in that conversation, he's talking to him and he's like, you know, are you still going to be a man of your word, hold your promise, and resurrect me? And Goku's like, you know I will. That's just me.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to hold your end of the bargain? Because, you know, like, I can trust you, but do you trust, like, you know, it's tough. So to see them just work together in the end and, like, go out, I mean, that was just the most satisfying thing. Like, it's just satisfying.
You hit something there with the trust factor with Frieza because you see it, especially in this saga. Frieza is a person you should not trust.
At all.
Right.
Him and Frost?
Him and Frost, exactly. It was perfect. So I love that character development and how that all comes around. But what I also loved was at the end when Beerus gives Frieza back his life. Was it Beerus?
It was Beerus.
Beerus gave him back his life. So Goku didn't have to collect the Dragon Balls to resurrect him. Beerus gave him back his life, and Frieza was like, listen, I'm still gonna be the most evil motherfucker you know. I love that.
Yes.
Love that, John. I fucking love it.
You're gonna rule the world. You're gonna rule the galaxy, the universe.
Ruler of the universe.
Yeah.
Greatness and man, I'll tell you, man, that episode was just like
they did it right. You ended it right. In my opinion, man, like you're gonna go out, man. That was the best bang to go out with because it's satisfying. It's a satisfying win. It's a satisfying, it brings everything together while still, holding the values of Dragon Ball. Frieza's still a bad guy. He's not going to go back to being good. Mm-hmm. But you know what? He understood what was at risk, what was there. Like, hence, if I lose, man, I'm gone no matter what. And I don't want to be gone. I need to be the ruler of the universe. I need to be that bad guy. So if I have to, go along with Goku and make this shit end this way, I'm there, man. Hey, throw me at him.
Throw me at him. That was it. Throw me at him. Wow. And I tell you, that reminded me of back in the day with the X-Men, Colossus throwing Wolverine, the speedball or something like that. It's speedball special or fastball special. That's what it reminded me of, and I love that. I absolutely love that. That Frieza was like, okay, we're gonna work together. We're taking him down. It doesn't matter. Throw me at him. And he did. And it didn't work. But then that just the combined might of Frieza and Goku going at it. And Vegeta's reaction to that. Like
them working together, yeah.
Oh man, me again as a Vegeta mark. I'm over here like, oh shit. But Vegeta got his props at the end of that episode. Yeah. It reminded me again what Dragon Ball does well. When Vegeta first fought, the desert, Goku, Vegeta, desert, then Majin Vegeta versus Goku, desert, and then at the end of Super, Goku, Vegeta, desert, blue.
Well, also during Super, with that one of those, I remember like one of the filler episodes with the dude where
he cloned.
When they cloned the blue clone, but no, they were fighting, man. And Vegeta was like, "You're not gonna be the one to take out Goku." That's me. I take out. Matter of fact, I'm not even saying it's not Goku. It's Kakarot. You're not taking him out. I'm gonna take him out.
Yes.
And so that's always a heated thing. Whether they're friends or not, they'll always be working, and Vegeta will always be, I'm the greatest Saiyan of them all.
That's right.
And then right at the end where it's like our powers are limitless. Saiyans, it's limitless. We just have to keep going. The more you push, the more we'll get there.
Which is crazy because Goku was like, Vegeta was like, bring your Ultra Instinct, let's go. And he was like, I can't.
Yeah, it just happened. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't do that. And Vegeta's like, well, then I'm going to be stronger than you.
Yeah.
I love that because that is Vegeta to a T. That's what I love about that character.
Yeah.
And I mean, man, I'll tell you, it was a great episode. Let's wrap this up. This was a great fucking way to end a saga.
Yeah.
I think it's, in my personal opinion, it's one of the best ways. Like, I enjoyed the way the Frieza saga ended, but then we lost Goku, right?
Yep.
Then we got the Garlic Jr. saga, which was filler, and then we got the androids in Cell, which was hardcore. For Super, we've gotten these different things. I love the Rose saga.
Oh yeah.
Super Saiyan Rose. I love that. The Goku Black.
Yeah, Goku Black. The little 6vs7 tournament that they had just for the Super Dragon Balls.
Anything with Yamcha playing baseball.
Yeah,
let's be for real. But this, and again, you know me with my wrestling. My favorite wrestling background shit, my favorite wrestling theme is a battle royal. Yeah. And this is exactly what that was, a battle royal. And I was like, oh my God, they're doing a battle royal in Dragon Ball, something I love. There's two things that I love combining. This is going to be great. And that they stuck to those rules. If you don't have wings, you can't fly. Which kind of, there was some, towards the end, they kind of like fuzzed it a bit because, yeah, they're not flying technically, but there fighting in the air for an episode. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
come on. But even still, all that aside, this was very solid. Like, overall, I think this Tournament of Power, this might be my favorite thing. Again, there's the Battle Royal aspect that and I'm a huge fan of the Battle Royals in wrestling. Seeing these different universes. And then it really, more than any of these other sagas, I think the only one that comes close to it is the Frieza saga. It took me on this emotional roller coaster. Think about it. You had Master Roshi, Krillin, Tenshinhan. You know what I mean? And they all played pivotal parts. Fuck, when Gohan got eliminated, working with Frieza, these things really it hit me. It struck a chord. I was sitting there. I'm like, man, on those episodes, each one of them, Vegeta falling, because again, we thought we were going to see Vegito or Gogeta. We were going to see something. No, and then having Goku go with Frieza. The sacrifice was amazing. And again, like I said, and you know this, you can't even deny this shit, because I'll punch you in the face live right here on air. You know for a fact, I was screaming Android 17 from the jump.
You were.
And I did, when he died, I thought he was dead. So when he came back, I was like, oh! But I still didn't see that coming. I didn't see that outcome. I didn't. I thought Jiren was going to take them both out. And then Goku would get him at the end. So I loved the way they flipped that script on me. Dude, I'm just going to say, yeah, Tournament of Power is probably my favorite fucking saga in all of Dragon Ball.
I would not deny it. It is one of the best. It was one of the best. You had everything. You had people fighting like crazy. So you got to see everybody fighting. All these fighters from Dragon Ball Z, moving up that you've been seeing and watching. And then, the build-up for the Tournament of Power with Goku going and training with Krillin and 18 trying to come up with plans to work side by side with each other.
So good.
Goku helping Krillin to, get out and start fighting again and, rehashing and getting back to his powers. You have to, go through things with the witch.
Yes, with the witch.
Vegeta, when he friggin' helped Master Roshi, when Master Roshi almost got caught in his own, what that thing called again?
Yeah, I know.
The wave
capsule,
thing. Yeah, when he puts him in the capsule, and Vegeta helped him, no, that's not gonna happen, It's just everything. It just culminates. The only thing that kind of bummed me out with the Tournament of Power, and it's minor, is Hit for me, man. I really liked Hit's character. I liked that Goku really wanted Hit to, he put a hit out on himself.
Which was
to
crazy.
Fight this man again, because, it's respect right there. That just shows so much. I respect how much power you have. I respect what you can do. I got to see if I can live up to, protecting myself. And I just feel like Hit going out, all right, yeah, he lost to Jiren, and, Jiren's supposed to be all-powerful, so I get it. But I would like to see Hit do a little bit more. He got... what was it? Despo, I think No, because Despo was still in it.
No, Despo was still in it.
He took out the other two that were trying to help Despo. It was a little fat dude, I believe.
Like a frog-looking dude.
Yeah, and someone else. But, it was like quick little things, and then he was out. I would have liked to see Hit a little bit further in on it. Just a little bit further.
I think it was a emotional thing, though, because that losing Universe 6 meant a lot. And Hit, I agree with you, because... Hit should have been in there a little bit more, but then the Saiyans, they really played the Saiyans up for Universe 6.
Yeah.
Because Hit disappeared, and then the Saiyans, especially... Cauliflower, you know what I'm saying? Female Brawly. That was phenomenal. I love that, but... I can't be mad at you with that. My personal take, the only thing, again, that made me a little batshit crazy was the constant one-uppings.
Yeah.
We've done this before, and you said that we weren't going to do this. We're doing it. And that bothered me a bit. But there were more emotional moments in this entire saga that completely covered that aspect for me. Completely covered it up, where I was like, all right, you know what? I can't be mad at that. Well, when we do the fucking marathons like we normally do, yeah, we got to sit through that. But we will both know at that point in time, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
It's so worth it. So that'll do it for this inaugural episode of the R&J Show. I am G1, a.k.a. Rod. That is my brother, J-Rod. Listen, go watch Dragon Ball Super. It's really that good, and go check out Pacific Rim if you haven't. It is good too. But that about do it with us, bro. Thanks for joining me, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Shut up, brother. I hate you. Anyway, we're out of here. Peace.
Peace.